Hello kids, I'm so excited to be with you again. In our previous class, we talked about the system of the human body, where we looked at the various systems of the human body. We talked about the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the digestive systems, and we looked at all the functions of the various systems in the human body. Today's class is going to be another interesting one. We are going to be looking at the topic abuse of the body. The first thing we are going to be talking about in the abuse of the body, we'll be looking at the meaning of body abuse. So first, we are going to be looking at what is body abuse. Body abuse is when someone touches other people's body in an unwanted way. Body abuse is using or handling the body in a wrong way to create a feeling or urge for sexual activity. When a person's body can be abused in different ways. So when someone touches another person's body in an unwanted way, that is touching the person's body without his permission, without his consent, without his wish, that is known as body abuse. So fondling the private parts or touching other sensitive parts of a person's body is known as body abuse. Some behaviors of abusers. So we're going to be looking at some of the behaviors. What are those things of these abusers, of those persons that carry out body abuse? They are the people that are known as the abusers. The person may call the child to where there are no people around or into a room to the child's body. The person may call the child to where there are no people. That means to know that this person is an abuser, to know that this uncle, to know that this man that is calling me is an abuser, is that it will take you to where there are no people, to an hidden place. You can't see people there. And that is one of the signs to know that this is an abuser. This person have a wrong motive towards me. What this person want to tell me or what this person want to discuss with me is not going to be a good thing. That is why it's taking me to where there are no people around. Then the next way to know an abuser, to know someone that wants to abuse you, to know somebody that has a bad intention, the person will tell the child not to tell anyone, not even the parents. The person will tell you, listen, Joy. The person will say, Joy, listen to what I want to tell you. This thing I want to tell you is very important. It's very good for you. Don't let mommy know. Don't tell daddy about it. Don't tell Auntie John about it. Don't tell Auntie Jane about it. You will know that what this person is about telling you is something that is not good. Because if it is something that is good, it should be free to let you tell anyone that you want to. But because he knows that the intention he has, because he knows that what he wants to do, because he knows that the evil act that he wants to carry out is not good, that is why he will first of all tell you not to tell anyone, not even mommy and daddy. And for you to keep something from mommy and daddy, that thing is not a good idea. The person also may promise to give the child something or even give something to the child. The person will tell you, Jane, listen, this thing I am telling you, I am just wanting you not to discuss it with anybody. If you allow us to carry out this act, or if you allow me just to touch your body once, I will give you a gift. I will get you some teddy bears. I will get you some lovely stories. I will get you some clothes, I will get you this, I will give you that. The person will be promising you a lot of gifts. And if you are that child that is being carried away by gifts, you will be what? Your mind will be in what that person is telling you. So when someone started to promise you, start to give you a lot of promises, be telling you that he or she is going to give you a lot of things, you have to know that this person is having a bad intention towards me. So you have to be careful with such person. How the body may be abused. How do we know that my body is abused? Is when your body is being touched. When someone is touching your body. For example, a male, that is a man, is touching your body, the sensitive parts of your body, like your buttocks, like your breast, is touching it. And as he's touching it, you will not be comfortable. So when somebody is doing that, you will know that this person is abusing my body, because you did not call the person to come and do that, or uncle, or come and help me to touch my private part. Uncle, come and touch my buttocks for me. That is why even if you have any issues with any part of your body, you have to run to mommy and daddy to tell them. So when someone, most especially when the opposite sex is touching the sensitive part of your body, your buttocks, your breast, that way you will know that your body is being abused, and immediately you will run for help. So now we'll be looking at how do we resist this body abuse, or how do we avoid it? What are those things that I need to do to prevent myself, even if I come across people, even if I come across an abuser? What are those things that I need to do to make sure that to make sure that my body is not abused? So we are going to be looking at them step by step. The first one is you report immediately to your parents. When someone wants to abuse your body, when an uncle, mommy is not at home, daddy is not at home, the uncle comes, be it a neighbor, be it anyone, he comes and he starts touching your private part, the sensitive part of your body, what you are supposed to do, immediately mommy and daddy comes back, you tell mommy, mommy, today there is something that Uncle John did and I don't like it. I don't understand what that means. Uncle John was just touching some parts of my body today. Mommy, what does that mean? Or you go and meet your teacher. Auntie or uncle, see at home today, one uncle called Uncle Emeka was just touching my private part, or was just touching my buttocks. Auntie, I don't know what that means. You have to make sure you report immediately to your parents so that they can come to your rescue. Another way to avoid this abuse is to shout for help. You shout. Once the person takes you to a place that there's nobody, you start shouting, help, 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 help. When you start shouting like that, it will not be able to molest your body, will not be able to carry out that evil act, because with your shouting for help, it will be distracted and people around will be hearing the noise, so it will not be comfortable to still go ahead and carry out that house. So when you are in such condition, shout and scream at the top of your voice. With that, you will not be what? Molested. Another way to resist it is also by leaving the place. When I mean leave the place, it means that once you are there, you have already noticed it, that this man has an interior motive. This man has another evil agenda. This uncle wants to do something to me. You leave that place. You run away from that place. Look for a means not to be there. You run quickly. When you are running, when you run away from such place, when you leave such place, the abuse will not be able to go on. Another one is, do not go close to a stranger, because most of the times you might not know the intention of that person. You don't know what that person is up to, and you don't know the person. So for crying out loud, what are you doing with that person? You don't know someone, stay far from that person. Because when you go close to people you don't know, most of the times they take advantage of it, and at the end of the day they will end up abusing your body. So kids, please do not go close to strangers. Avoid them totally. The fifth one there says, do not accept gift from strangers. Do not accept gift from strangers. People you don't know. Someone will just be, you just know the person. I used to see the uncle. The uncle lives in our street. I used to see him in church, or I used to see him. He used to come around and buy things for mommy. I know him through Uncle Emeka. All those kind of relationship. Do not accept gift from stranger, because these days they use things like that to come closer to you, because they know that as kids you will be attracted with those gifts. You now say, I like Uncle John because Uncle John is always giving me this. I don't like Uncle Philip because Uncle Philip does not give things to me. We don't want that is giving you things. You now be so free and be going close to that person. Before you know what is happening, that person have another agenda in his own mind. So when you are now free and comfortable that this person is always giving me gift, before you know what is happening, the person is carrying out his art. So do not accept gifts from strangers. Be comfortable with the ones that mommy and daddy can provide for you. In that way, you will be far from body abuse. With this lesson, kids, I know we have been able to learn a lot about body abuse, and I want to beg us to please try as much as possible to always resist body abuse, because it has a lot of damages to our body system. Thank you. See you in our next class.